welcome back to my channel on this Sunday morning, afternoon, or in across the world where you may be at. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the topic of reality of autism, as this seems to be a topic that has been brought to my attention, and I thought it would be a good topic to discuss how I cope with my autism in an everyday sense and what I go through. So yeah, let's get into it. How I am impacted by my autism on an everyday basis and how I experience the world around me. A lot of people seem to think that my autism is mild, that I only experience it mildly. Well, this is so far from the truth. I don't experience my autism mildly. I experience it as high functioning. I experience it every day. This includes a battle with noises, tastes, smells, crowds, anxiety, depression, and these can all totally take over my senses and bring everything to a crashing halt. Also, people think that I have to fake eye contact and that I don't have eye contact problems. Do you realise every day how much eye contact that I have to put into being myself and functioning every day? Giving eye contact is so important because people expect that of me every day, day in, day out. Oh, if you don't look at someone, what's wrong with you? Why are you weird? Why are you rude? Why are you awkward? I get all these questions asked at me every single day. So can you imagine how much mental and sensory processing that takes for me to deal with this? I don't fake my eye contact issues. I can't do eye contact for long periods of time because it overstimulates me and makes me mentally and physically depressed. And I just find it really awkward to look people in the eye. I just think it's really pressurizing. It puts me under pressure, sensory distress. Therefore, I don't do it. So, therefore, I won't. And to look at people, do you realize how much emotions it takes to read somebody? So, when you're having to literally look at someone and give forced eye contact all the time, it literally mentally invades their privacy, invades my privacy, and makes me feel like I've got no way out of backing out of the situation. So again, it is also mental processing and auditory overload. So for me, when I'm having to give forced eye contact, it's the mental drainage. It's how I cope with being with people in the world around me, and it's just too much for me to deal with. And also that I have to identify each emotion separately. So when I'm going through my every day-to-day works of what I'm doing, I have to think about what emotion I'm going through, how I feel, why, what is that emotion? Is it anger? Is it sadness? Is it frustration? Is it upset? Is it happiness? Is it extreme happiness? Is it boredom? But I don't know. I have to learn when I'm in the moment what that emotion is and how to self-calm and how to separate my emotions in a way that's safe for me and safe for others who are around me who may interact with me. So each emotion can be different around each group of people. So again, it can be depends on if I get overstimulated by that person or I'm in a group environment where I feel I've got no way out of it. I can feel really tired, mentally drained, empty, and not able to interact in a simple conversation. I can go into shutdown quite quickly because I don't know how to cope and how to tell someone that I'm exhausted. But this is what you don't see. You see the functioning side of Gemma. You see the side where she's woohoo and happy and yay and having a great time and functioning and able to cope. You don't see the side of me where I'm anxious and I'm shut down and I'm mentally tired and I'm worn out and I'm upset and I don't know how to self-control myself. You don't see that side of autism. You see the mild side of what you call mild. You see the coping side, the masking side, the anxiety side, because that's what I put out to you. I'm very good at putting on that side of me because I don't want you guys seeing the side of me where I'm depressed and anxious and stressed out and worn out and aching and tired, and well, I've got aches and pains that I can't describe beyond my verbal limits of telling you about them. Again, autism is a spectrum. It's not a linear line. So again, each person on the autistic spectrum will be different. They'll go through different aches, different pains, different emotions, different overloads. Like, I'm very overloaded by my senses. I'm very overloaded by smells, tastes, crowds, anxiety. I'm very overloaded when it comes to people looking at me weird or being able to talk to them. And when they say, oh, Gemma, why don't you look at me? What's wrong with you? Why are you awkward? Why won't you give me eye contact? It's because I physically can't. It's not that I'm not trying to do it. It is that I'm trying to do it. It's just that I can't do it. It's just, it mentally wears me out to the point where I am so stressed out and overloaded that I just can't do it anymore. I mask to such a degree very well that you guys might think, oh, Gemma's not autistic at all. Wrong. Because I've been officially diagnosed for over 8 years now, and I have triggers to noise, to sounds, to smells, to tastes, to clothing, to people's voices. Like, I don't cope very well. I don't. And my autism's very, very high functioning. So again, I experience things in a different way to you. Like, I have heightened senses and heightened emotions, which every day are difficult to control. I have to go through this world struggling and having to mask and act and mimic, because the world doesn't like difference. The world doesn't like people like me who are different and neurodiverse and who stand out from the crowd. They want us to conform and do as are told when we're told, and that isn't the case for me. I'm very much a rebel. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like being told, you must do this, you must do this, you must be here at a certain time. No! Why do I want to do that and overstress myself and make myself anxious? I don't want to do it. I'm not going to, and therefore you may think that I'm just being a spoiled brat, or that I don't choose to take part in society. It's not far from the truth. So yeah, my autism also depends on my mood. So again, it depends on how I cope each day, what I'm doing, how much energy I put into things, and how much I can enjoy myself and be able to take part in society without feeling I'm going to go into an anxious meltdown or panic attack, that kind of things. Also, I am very glad that I have got some of the opportunities I have had in society recently to talk about my autism. So like going to the local university, the local hospital, to the local mental health services. I've done a lot of training for police, and I've been working with local radio producers recently in the last 4 to 5 years on BBC Radio Suffolk. I've been doing a lot of poetry and telling my story with them. So again, I do have the opportunity to get my voice and my advocacy heard, which is great, because a lot of people with autism might not be able to do what I do. But again, that's my way of self-therapy. It's my way of self-coping. And I think you guys need to understand, I'm not faking my autism at all. I've had some of you guys come at me and say, oh, Gemma, you're faking your autism. You're not autistic. You're just doing it because you want money and a sob story. No. I've been diagnosed for over 8 years. I cope, I mask every day just to get by, because you guys don't understand how much mental energy, even doing these videos, causes me mental energy, processing, auditory stimulation. I have to script my videos to keep myself on track. So the next part I want to talk about is communication skills. My reality of autism can be good and can be bad. There's some days where I love being on the spectrum. There's days where it's a blessing, where I can write my poetry, where I can talk to people effectively. I don't have to worry about my words fucking up, or I don't have to worry about the fact that I'm here in an anxious wobble, waiting to slip up, or waiting for something inappropriate to come out my mouth. My reality of autism is different. Some days it's real bad. There's days where I don't want to get out of bed. There's days where I don't want to talk to anybody. There's days where I'm shut down and withdrawn. There's days where I don't want to socialise. There's days where I don't want to do videos. There's days where I dislike being autistic or hate being autistic, because it's overstimulation, it's forced communication, it's eye contact, it's noise, it's crowds, it's smells, it's my trigger points that I don't cope with very well. So this is my reality of autism. Everyone on the spectrum, like I said, is different, so not everyone's going to be the same as me, but I want to talk about this video and get this done because I finally accepted myself for who I am. You know, I've been diagnosed 8 years. I'm finally proud of myself, and I don't want people thinking that I'm doing this for attention. I'm not. I just wanted you guys to know, autism is not mild. Please, will you stop telling me my autism is mild? It's not. My autism is affecting me every day. Again, my senses, my emotions, my food, my relationships, my family, my work. Like, I have to balance so much every day that I dare you to take a challenge and take a day in my head to see what it's like to be autistic, because I can tell you what, you will not cope, you'll not survive, because it's hard, it's draining, it's tiresome, it will mentally drain you and physically, emotionally kill you. So please like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will be back next time. Bye guys.